Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining from. Welcome to Festive Tech Calendar, the day of December 27th. First of all, I would like to thank Gregor Sati and his entire organizing team for giving me this great opportunity to be able to present this topic today. So, thank you so much for that. Myself, I am Deepthi Goguri, and today I'm going to talk on the topic the life within, understanding the truth behind your thoughts. A little bit about me. Myself, I'm Deepthi Goguri. I'm a database administrator having about like 10 plus years of experience as a DBA. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer and Microsoft Data Platform MVP. I also do organize and co-organize couple of user groups and conferences here in United States and also organize the virtual groups. So those are the main information about me. But apart from that, I recently started my journey like for about like for 3 years or so. I started my journey going within, meaning like thinking about like who am I and going within myself. And you will come to know about a lot of my journey in the coming slides. So without further ado, let's begin. A little disclaimer from me. Whoever is watching this video on YouTube, I just want to present that this presentation really reflects my personal experience only and is not a medical advice. For if you are having any serious mental health concerns, please contact a qualified healthcare professional. So, for this presentation, my request for all of you is to just put your thoughts aside and for at least for a couple of minutes until you watch this complete presentation. My sincere request is to put everything aside, whatever is going on in your life, your thoughts, or like if you're taking care of anybody, just for this span of time until you listen to this presentation. Let's explore this session from a top view. Let's look at our life from a top angle instead of looking at very closer. Again, I am going to talk about the thoughts itself, which is very close to us because they all run in our minds, which itself says like we will be looking at our life very closer. But at the same time, I will also take you to look at your life and my life from the top angle, like you are taking a parachute and looking at the earth, down at the earth, that is like earth is your life and you are looking at a top angle. So let's put everything, all the rest of the things, just for this session, for the time span of this session, let's put everything aside. Let's look at this very clearly together. Um, you can take all of your thoughts back again after this session, but for this session, let's put all of our thoughts beside and let's see see together. Again, this is my first time ever I'm sharing my story in this particular session related to the mental health topic. So I hope if at all I'm doing any mistakes in between, um, I hope you will excuse me for that. But here it goes, right? Couple of years ago, um, I have shared this story many times in the previous conferences, but I would like to share it again because so many other people will be watching here today. So a couple of years ago, like I think it's 7 years ago, I worked in a different company, not the current company, but the previous company I worked for. I faced a terrible harassment incident in that location where my manager has harassed me just because like I used to talk in the meetings. I used to talk technically. I used to correct him and say like, let's not do that way. Let's do this way because we need to do this way, right? We all have these conversations in the meetings, right? So he didn't like it when I said that. He thought like um I'm I'm rude to him. I'm not. He didn't like it, right? So he showed it in a different way. He removed me from all of his projects. Um, and he gave me the silent treatment, and he told everybody not to talk to me in the office, which again it goes on and on. And this happened for at least like 4 years or so when I was working there. So I didn't know what to do, but I went into depression because, like, not a clinical depression. I want to say that clearly. It's not a, if somebody is doing something to you without you doing anything to them, it will cause you many thoughts like, am I doing something wrong? Did I do something wrong? You try to speak to them, you try to ask them, but they don't have an answer. I did do that, but I didn't have an answer. So that's where I was having several vigorous thoughts in my mind, like what I was doing wrong. Am I doing anything wrong? Like why I'm not being treated properly? Is it because that I came from India? Is it because I'm diverse? Is it because I'm a woman? Like what's going on? And as he removed me from all of the projects, I was left in a place where, like, I thought I went into a dark state of my life, where except the thoughts, I do not have anything else to latch on to. All of the thoughts rushed into my mind, saying like, you might be wrong, like you are not worth it, that's why you might have faced this, or look at your life from the childhood, all the traumas you faced, or whatever the kids that treated you badly in the school, or like in the college, or like maybe yours is a problem, you are the problem, right? The way you lived your life, somewhere something has gone wrong, and that is why you are this way today. And maybe you're portraying something else to the society, like you are weak or something, and that's where other people take advantage over you, and that's why they are treating you this way. You know, this story, the story that happened outside me, is still continuing while I was still having these thoughts, right? Both of them, I'm handling the outside world. At the same time, I was handling my internal world, right? And meanwhile, I have to take care of many other things in my life, right? My job, my family, all of that. So, but I was unable to do that because I was still working in that company. I didn't leave that because I thought, like, if I leave the job, I might not get another job. Just imagine, complete, I came completely to my knees, like I was in a complete zero out state. I don't have any confidence at the time. I didn't have any confidence. I thought like, if I leave the job, I will not get another job, because maybe somebody else from the other job also will be treating me that way because something is wrong with me, right? These thoughts started the time I wake up in the morning till the time I go to bed. And when I go to the bed, it's even more vigorous when I go to the bed because I was unable to sleep, even though if I take some Tylenol or stuff so that I can rest myself and go to bed with proper sleep, I never I never got proper sleep for at least couple of years until I figured this out, right? So that was my situation where my thoughts was rushing into my mind. They were never stopping, back to back, not even having a second of space in my mind, right? I didn't understand until that state because before the incident happened, I was a regular girl who I was a regular woman who was working, taking care of the family. I used to have thoughts, but they are not too vigorous like this, right? But then I was hit with an incident in my life where I couldn't handle it because I was not ready for it. Because of that, my thoughts were like too vigorous. um at least some thousands. I can't even count how many thoughts I used to get in a day. So that's when something hit me very hard because it was too way too long for me to stay in that location, right? To have those thoughts back to back for years. I thought like I'm going mad because of these thoughts. I thought I'm going mad because I'm not getting any resolution. I never thought of going into the hospital or like to consult a therapist or something like that because I know in my heart that nothing is wrong with me, but at the same time, something is wrong with me. I am in that place where like I know I'm mentally strong, but at the same time, I'm having these thoughts, vigorous thoughts. So that was my situation, right? So I thought like I can't be in this state forever, because if I stay in this state forever, I know I will be paralyzed, not physically, but mentally, I will be paralyzed, because these thoughts, I felt like they are eating me. So I thought like I need to stand up for myself before even asking help from other people. So that's when I decided, let me work on this. Instead of dwelling why I'm having these thoughts and like um, creating a big problem out of it. I know it is a problem already, so why should I even make it more bigger problem? So I thought like, if I am, because this is happening in my own mind, right? The instant is happened outside of me. That happened already. But what is this happening in my mind, right? I thought like I should stand up for myself and I should do something about it, right? So that's when I thought, let me go ahead and find my problem. And I literally used Google for it. I know, for any problem that we have, if you type it in Google, they say like, hey, you might have cancer, so go ahead and search in Google. I understand that, but that is not my problem here. I wanted to understand if there is somebody else out there who is having the exact problem, right? And I searched in Google the exact words. These are the words, right? What or what is a thought? That is what I typed in Google, where it pointed out me to YouTube channel, where I clicked on YouTube channel, and that's where the first video that I got is from Jiddu Krishnamurti. He's an Indian person, but he talk a lot about this sort of philosophy. Like he untangled the process of the thought, like where it comes and everything. So that's where my journey has started with this philosophy. I it's called Advaita Vedanta, and if you want to know more about it, you can search on Google. But that's when I thought, I think this is the place where I have to be, at least right now, until I understand what is going on with my mind, right? So I literally searched what is a thought, and I got this J. Krishnamurti video where he untangled what is a thought. So I saw that that's where my philosophical journey started. I searched everywhere, like I started with a thought, and I was reading books. I was touching Stoic philosophy. I was touching the Indian philosophy. I was touching Advaita Vedanta. I was reading books like I wanted to find a solution for my problem, right? So while I was reading all of these books and videos, while I was trying to understand what is going on with me, I came to know it again. This is not like I read it and I got it, right? This is not at all that situation. I never understood, even after watching so many videos, after reading so many books, until I started, until I start with the information that I got from all of these books and all of these videos. I understood something which I never ever thought in my life before. I understood something only after I started looking within myself. I put everything aside, I put all the books aside, and I started looking within myself. So, what does that even mean, right? Looking within yourself? What the hell are you even talking about, right? So, I started my journey by searching everywhere, what are these thoughts and where do they come from, right? With all the knowledge I gathered from Jiddu Krishnamurti or any other philosophies, right? What I found is that we are not our thoughts. I know this will sound very funny when I tell you for the first time. If you are listening this for your first time, please hold on to me until I complete this presentation. You can decide it for yourself by going within yourself. You can do that. But please listen to me carefully. We are not our thoughts, right? Now, How do we know we are not our thoughts? Is only when you go within yourself and observe your thoughts. Now, I will ask you some 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 really important questions here. If you are patient with me, I would like to ask you a couple of questions here, which I asked myself a couple of years ago, right? Now, if we are our thoughts, now can I predict or can you predict the very next thought that you are going to get? Can you predict it? You can take a second, you can take a minute. Can you predict it? I believe the answer is no, right? Can you predict if you think you are your thoughts? Can you take a minute, sit in silence, and wait and allow your mind not to produce any thought? Can we please wait for a minute? Close your eyes or open your eyes, doesn't matter. Can you stop your thoughts? I hope the answer is no, right? So, if you are your thoughts, my question is if you are your thoughts, then you should be able to control the thought, right? You should be able to stop it. Now, are you able to stop it? Or if you are your thoughts, you should be able to predict what is your next thought. If you're deliberately thinking about it, that should be another thought. I'm not talking about that. But if you're sitting in silence and if you are trying to remember or predict the very next thought, you will never be able to predict it, but it will just show up just like that. Please take a minute. You can pause this video for 1 or 2 minutes and please sit down with yourself and just do it by yourself in practice. Like put it in live practice and see it for yourself. This is a very important slide. This is a very important step as we are moving forward in this presentation. This is a very important step. So I ask you to pause and reflect and just just do these two things for me. So now we understood that we are not our thoughts, right? But we need to know where are these thoughts coming from. Definitely we need to know. We are not those, but how are they just popping up to our mind like water bubbles? One bubble is bursting and the other bubble is popping up just like that, randomly out of nowhere. One moment you will be having a thought of like, oh, what should I eat today for the dinner? And the very next thought will come up like, oh, I have to call my mom. Or like from that thought, there will be another thought like, oh, since childhood, I have been this way. And then some other incident that happened in your childhood that will be automatically populated in your mind. Now, can we ever control these thoughts apart from observing what is going on? Can we ever do that? Now, if you ask where are these thoughts coming from, as per my research and as per my reading many Advaita Vedanta books, what I understood was like, um, so what I actually understood was like, um, because I understood that I'm not my thoughts and I have no control over them. I wanted to know where they are coming from because when I know from where they are coming from, I thought like at the initial stages of my journey, I thought like if I know where they are coming from, maybe I can control them. Maybe I can control that phase so that the very next phase, like what kind of thoughts I'm getting, maybe I'll control them. If I can get the good thoughts, if at least try to get those good thoughts, maybe I'll have good thoughts and I'll have good life. That is what my thought is, right? But that is not the case. So I wanted to find out what from where these thoughts are coming from. So I did research, right? So the day that you were born as a baby, you never had any thoughts. The baby, when the baby open its eyes, all the baby sees is a world, parents, all the people talking around. All the baby does is just watch, right? There are no thoughts whatsoever in the baby's mind. But by the age of 2, we will be developing our brain, we will be developing the language, right? If you are an American, you have English language. If I'm an Indian, so I have the language Telugu. We get those words and we get those language from our parents, from the place where we are born. So by the age of 2, as your brain is developing, you will grab, you will get um, all of those words into your mind. Your parents will name you, whatever name it may be. They will be calling with you with that name that give the baby, the 2-year-old baby, a name that can be the baby's first thought. Okay, my name is this. So whenever somebody calls me, I have to attend to them. And then this is my mommy, this is my daddy, and my parents are teaching me something, and that's when the baby will start receiving all of the conditioning. Since the age of 2, that's where we will be receiving all of the conditioning from the parents, from the society. Then slowly we enter into the school. Depending upon which school you enter, the conditioning will be there. So on and on and on until you get into the college, until for the rest of your life, until the rest of our life, until we die. The conditioning keeps on happening and it is inevitable. We cannot stop we cannot stop this conditioning wherever you are born, right? Wherever you are born, we cannot stop this conditioning. So the person who are born in United States have a different set of thoughts. And the person who is born in India, southern India, example will take me as an example. I have a different set of thoughts. Now, as an overview, everybody have the thoughts, but the kind of thoughts that we are, the kind of thoughts that we have to do with the conditioning from the place where we are born and brought up, right? That's why we call it as a trauma when some conditioning from the childhood has treated us badly, or like if we have gone through some hardships in the childhood, that will that will save in the brain as set of thoughts, and that will cause us the trauma, and that will never leave us even when we are grown up. And even when we are grown up, those thoughts, as they are haunting us all the time, we will we will think we should be in a certain way because that's what the way we were treated in the childhood. We will carry that as a burden and call it as a trauma because we were never able to come out of it, because it it came with us, along with us as we grew up. It never went. It was ingrained in us, in our body. These thoughts not only affect our mind, but also our bodies. The trauma, the thoughts or traumas or anything that you face in the childhood, it will it will not only be ingrained in your mind, but also ingrained in your body. So uh, as you, I do not know if anybody remembered or like heard of this book name called as a Body Keeps the Score, or Body Keeps the Score. I think like all the things that we face in our life, our body also have the trauma carried along with us, right? So that's another set of thing. If we talk about thoughts, and if we talk in depth, we have to also talk about the trauma that is built in our bodies as well. But for this presentation, we are only focusing on the thoughts, right? So it's all about conditioning. It's all about conditioning since our childhood, which is inevitable. We cannot stop this, right? I can't say like once I'm born, I'll go to the Himalayas or I will go to the jungle and I will stay there and forever. I will not go in contact with anybody, and um, I will not have any thoughts, right? That is not that is not even possible, right? Because we are living as a human being, we have to interact with people, we have to deal with our lives and all the situations. So this is inevitable. So we understood that. Are we our thoughts? We are not our thoughts, right? Are we producing our thoughts? Um, we may be producing our thoughts, but we don't know exactly from where they are coming from. If you wanted to pinpoint a thought and go back and see where it is coming from, you will never find a place, exact pinpoint place. You might remember the situation from where it is coming from, the trauma you faced, or the situation or the incident you can remember, but you can't remember the exact pinpoint where that thought is coming from. It is just coming out of nowhere, right? So we understood that we are not our thoughts and we don't know where they are coming from. So if we remove the thoughts, if we put these thoughts aside, who who are we then, right? If all the time we are having these thoughts back to back, all the time in our waking state, then we are saying we are not our thoughts. Then if you remove the thoughts, what is there? Like, who am I then, right? So I got this exact question I got about an year ago, in the journey of my 3 years. Only until the last year, I never got this thought, who am I then? Because all the way, even though I was reading the books and even though I was listening to so many philosophies, I never ever thought I'm not my thoughts. I never came into that stage until the last year. So then I got a question like, then who am I? I'm not my thoughts, and I can feel that. I sat with myself and I observed my thoughts, and they're just popping up from nowhere. And that's when I realized that I am not my thoughts. Then the next question is, then who am I? Right? That's when I did the research again, and I found Ramana Maharshi. He's also a sage in India. Um, he he went to Tiruvannamalai at the age of 16, and he decided to do the meditation and to figure out who he was. And after he learned something, he started sharing with everybody across the world through books and everything. So I took a book. The book name itself is known as Who Am I from Ramana Maharshi. So I took that book and I started reading it. And I felt like universe has taken me to that particular exact stage, because the name itself is Who Am I? And that was the exact question I got a year ago. So while I was reading that book, I came into several different questions, right? Now, if you observe, in our lives, we think like we can, we think like most of the time, we think like we can handle many things. Um, we can have the control of many things in life. But if you observe closely, even though you work so hard, the result itself is not in your control. You can work so hard for a championship, or you can work so hard for a marathon running, or like you can do everything in your power. But the thing is, the result set is never in your control. Never in your control. You can get it or you cannot get it. And if you do not get it, you call it as a failure. If you got it, you call it as a success. Of course, your success and failure depends upon how much work you do. I'm not saying no for that, because I was myself there. But the thing is, no matter how you work hard, no matter how much you think you are in the control, the result can slip away just like an air from your hand, right? And then we call it as a failure, and we blame it on ourselves that, yeah, I might have done something wrong and I'm not perfect or something like that. So I thought like, maybe if I maybe if I work on my success, maybe if I work so hard, I might gain back my uh, self-confidence back. And I worked so hard. I was giving too many presentations everywhere in the United States. and across the other countries as well. Um, and For the work that I did, I got a award from Microsoft. It's a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional award. And I thought like once I received something which is valuable, of course, MVP award is very valuable to me. Once I received that, I thought I should subside and I should feel content within myself. But that was not at all what happened. After I received the award, the happiness was with me for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And after that, the happiness was gone, was completely gone. I was in the square zero. That's where I that and my mind was already started looking into what's next. Now you got the award. You dreamt of this award. I am very serious with you all. While I was dreaming for the award, while I was working so hard for that award, I was dreaming. The amount of hours, the amount of time I took for dreaming, like I was taking that award, is more than the happiness I had once I received the award. Of course, I had too much happiness, but the time that I had the happiness was only for 40 minutes. But I dreamt for several days and years because I thought like that award might bring my self confidence back because I lost my self confidence when I had the incident in my previous company. I lost all of the confidence. So I thought the MVP award will give back my confidence because that's very valuable, right? Of course, it is valuable. But what about my happiness? Is it is it constant? Was it there? Yes, it is there for just 40 minutes. I was never expecting that. I was never ever expecting that in my entire life. But that was a beautiful revelation in my life because if that was not a revelation for me, I would not have put this presentation together for you. Because the very next moment after 40 minutes, my brain was already started looking for an another goal and another achievement. And how many more goals should I reach to come to a point again to understand why my brain is looking for more, even more, right? One instant should be enough for me. And that MVP award is a very big statement and very big instant for me to realize that point. Now I thought, like, okay, now I'm square zero and my mind is already looking for another after just 40 minutes. What is going on here, right? Why I'm not content? Because all the way along I thought I will be content, I will be good with myself, and that should be it. For the rest of my life, I should be happy. But that was not happening. So, what is going on here? By reading the book Who Am I understood that all the things, all the achievements, all the goals that I was searching for was just to run away from myself because I was not feeling content within myself. I was not happy with myself. I always attached the happiness that I'm having with an external objects. It can be achievements, it can be goals, it can be the people, it can be the love, it can be your children, it can be anything. I was searching my happiness that should be produced within me. I was running away from me because I was not feeling comfortable with being myself. I was running away and I was searching for an escape, to feel something, to feel valuable. I was vigorously searching, running away from the very thing that I should stay with. So why am I even feeling that way? Why am I running from myself? Right? But I should be content within myself. So this book, Who Am I, has given me a pathway to look within myself, right? Everything in this world, whatever you are seeing, is not constant. Your thoughts within yourself are not constant. They keep on changing. The outside world is also keep on changing. The person that is in your life today will be gone tomorrow, or the persons who are already with us today will be will leave us someday. The death might take us apart from each other, right? Nothing is constant in this life. Nothing. If you see anything, nothing is remaining constant. Everything is changing. The technology is changing. People are changing. The person that I thought, um, the person who I thought are good today can be bad tomorrow. The very next moment, the if at all an incident changes between you and them, that's it. They will be bad. And if you are having a um, expectations on the other people, they might not reach it, right? And so you are depending on the expectation and the person, thinking that they will be always good to you, and if that expectation change, then they will become an enemy. So something is wrong here, right? Nothing is constant. Things are changing, people are changing, situations are changing, our life is changing, our age is changing, we are getting old, and someday we have to die. It's changing all the time. So what is constant here? Can we even find anything constant here? So that book, Who Am I, has actually gave me an answer, exactly the answer what I was looking for, right? So there is something which is constantly present all the time, all the time, even in your waking state, your dreaming state, as well as your deep sleep state. Now, what is that? That is present across the board in all of these three states. That is nothing but the witness. You can call it as a God, you can call it as a witness, you can call it as a consciousness. Doesn't matter what word you put into, doesn't matter at all. But there is something which is present in all of these states, which is known as, I call it as a awareness. The awareness is present no matter which state you are. So, what is this awareness, right? We should be able to, if it is present all the states, right now you should be able to feel it, right? So the as you are in the waking state right now, um, just a minute. Sorry about that. I had to attend to something. So what I was saying is, like, there is something which is present and active within all of these three states, right? So what is it? Can If it is present in all of these three states, then I should be able to feel it, right? Let's feel it now. Let me ask you a couple of questions here to point it to the witness, to point it to that awareness, right? Do you know that you are breathing right now? That is automatically happening, right? You are not forcing it. You are alive right now, right? If I ask you a question, are you alive? Then you will say, yes, of course, Ditya, I'm alive. If I ask you, like, can you show me that you are alive? Can you show me in a location in your body saying that you are alive? You'll say, are you serious, Dipti? Are you mad? I am alive. I'm speaking here and I know it. I don't have to prove you. I know that I am alive, right? Now, there is this knowingness, right, that you are alive. You know that you are breathing, right? There is something which you already know. There is no dependency on it. If I say, like, for example, let's take another instant. You go to bed, you go to sleep. And now, after you wake up, I might ask you, did you sleep properly? Then you might say, like, yes, I slept. Oh my God, I have a very good night's sleep last night. And I might ask you, did you get any dream? And you might not get a dream. So you'll answer me, no, I did not get a dream. So what is it? You are in the sleep, right? You don't know what is going on in your sleep. But something is active and witnessing even in your sleep. Something is aware. Something is just aware to know that you do not have a dream last night. And that was the reason why you were able to tell me that, yes, I did not have a dream. Oh my God, I was sleeping so peacefully last night. I had very good night's sleep. Now, something should be there to even tell that you got a very nice sleep. That is the awareness. And if you want to see the awareness in the purest form, we need to we need to check on the deep sleep state, because in the deep sleep state you don't even know your body exists. You don't even know where you are in the deep sleep, but all you know is it is very pleasant. It is very pleasant, it is very restful, and you do not have any dream. In that state, deep sleep state, the witness, the awareness is in the purest form, if you want to see, and it is with you even right now, all the time. It is the only constant which is across the board in the waking state, dreaming state, and deep sleep state. Now, you might say, like, okay, the awareness is with me, but I can't feel it. I can't feel it, Diti. You're saying that it is present all the time, but I can't feel it. Though it is your natural state, the day you were born with the awareness. The baby doesn't have any thoughts. The baby can see, the baby can feel the pain, the baby can cry if it is hungry. All the all the feelings are in the body, but the baby do not have thoughts. All the baby can see the world, it can just witness the world. So that is our natural state, that we were born already in that natural state. But the thing is, with all the conditioning and stuff, the thoughts came into our mind, and that is how our thoughts conquer our life, right? That is how and without even us knowing. But this awareness, silently, it is all the time witnessing our thoughts, our actions, our we are even doing all the actions in our world because we are aware, because we are alive. We are alive because of that awareness, right? It is it is in all the three states. But only thing that we are not able to recognize it is because we are having these thoughts. Let me give you an analogy here. Let's say the awareness itself is an ocean, and all the thoughts that we are having, every single thought that we are having is a wave inside the ocean. Now the waves can pretend that it is us, like, because we think that we are our thoughts, right? We always say, like, hey, control our thoughts and let's think positive thoughts. Let's not think negative thoughts. But if you observe closely, if you are trying to think the positive thoughts, definitely you are going to the other side of spectrum as well, the negative thoughts. It is all in the same ocean. The good thought, the bad thought, doesn't matter. It's just a thought which is not in your control and it is not you at all. So, if we think the awareness itself is an ocean, all the waves in it are our thoughts. Now, wave can pretend and move and make a sound, and it can be a big wave, it can be a small wave, but eventually it have to subside in the ocean. If you observe a wave, you call it as a wave, but if you observe what it is still a water, right? It is still a part of the ocean. Now, when the thought subsides, it have to go back to the ocean. No matter how many thoughts it comes, it still is a part of that awareness. In the same way, we are thinking that we are our thoughts, but we never, because of these random thoughts, vigorous thoughts happening all the time in your waking state, the thoughts are like the clouds which filled up the entire sky. The sky itself is a awareness, and all these thoughts are completely overwhelming the sky, and when you are looking from the as a person from the earth and looking at the sky, if you have all the clouds, let's say those are the thoughts, how can you see the sky behind it, right? Those are the passing clouds, those are the passing thoughts, which are never the sky itself. These are just passing. But why we are not unable to see it, why we are not able to see our awareness, why we are not able to feel it, is because we are clouded with those thoughts. Once you clear out, once the clouds are cleared, then we should be able to see the sky. We should be able to be with the sky. We should be able to be with our awareness all the time. At the beginning, it will be tough because once we try to observe our thoughts, you will get headaches, you will get all of the things. But once your thoughts subsides, once your thoughts get lower and lower in the count, you should be able to see the awareness, because that itself is our true nature, and that itself is there with us all the time. But the thoughts came up and said, like, it is me, I am thinking, right? Now, if you ask who am I, then that will be a different answer. Now, I am going to let me take to the other slide. Now, let's put, I know you sat here for so long listening to all of these things. But how about we put this together in practice, right? How about we see it currently in in live, right? In this presentation itself, I will try to show you what we are even talking about. What are we actually, right? So if you can take a moment and take a moment for yourself and take a minute and close your eyes. Do not think about posture, do not think about nothing, right? You can sit, you can sleep, you in a sleeping position, you can sit, you can stand, you can open your eyes, you can close your eyes, doesn't matter. Just follow the instructions that I am telling you here, just to figure out who we are actually, and let's see that awareness together within us right now. So close your eyes and put all of your thoughts aside, but still, right? As we are saying, put your thoughts aside, that means like your thoughts will definitely come because we are trying to suppress them. We do not want to suppress anything here. Just close your eyes or open your eyes or just relax. Relax your body and just try to feel your hand. Just try to feel your hand, the texture of it. You can definitely feel whether it is cold, whether it is warm, and then maybe the tingling sensation on your hand. Now let's take the focus onto your feet. You can move your fingers, toe fingers, toenails, fingers. You can move and see and observe the movement over there as you move. Try to feel whether it is cold, warm. Now take your focus onto your breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, just try to see the movement over there. Now let's focus on the thoughts. Do not suppress the thoughts. If you are getting any thoughts, do not suppress them. Just observe what's going on there. Do not try to control. Let it talk, let it scream. Now let me ask you a question. When I asked you to watch out your hand, focus on your feet, focus on your breath, focus on your mind, did you observe there is this something within you is trying to shift the focus from your hand to your leg, from your leg to your breath, from your breath to your thought? Did you literally see the shift that is happening? Like a camera that is focusing on your hand, leg, breath, and your thought? Right now, as I'm speaking, you can see the focus shift from hand to leg, leg to breath, right? Let's look at that camera. Let's look, remove all the hands, fingers, but let's directly try to look at that camera. Can you look at that camera? Can you can you pinpoint where that camera is located in your body or out of the body? Can you locate the place, exact place in your body? Can you can you see the starting stage and the ending stage of it? Can you feel it? Where it started and where it is ending? Whether it have any color, whether it have any taste, whether it is having any gender, male, female, the one that it is observing. Do it have anything? Do you know exact space, how much it can occupy? Do you feel the vastness of it? Can you feel the vastness of it? Now, this is a kind of meditation that I took it from Mooji, Mooji, Mooji. He's the one who actually made this meditation to see the awareness live within yourself. Again, if I ask you, within is it within yourself or outside? It always feel like within yourself, right? Does it have any sadness? Again, if you are having any pain in your body, it can observe that pain, just the way we observed your feet, just the way we observed your hand. It is also observing that pain happening in your body. But does it itself have any pain? Can it have can it have any pain or suffering by itself? All the awareness know is to watch the pain, feel the pain in the body, but by itself, it doesn't have any end, it doesn't have any beginning. That is the awareness that resides in your waking state, in your dream state, and in your deep sleep state. All the way along, we have been thinking that our thoughts are us, but if you observe, you are the silent witness which is observing those thoughts, but not thoughts by itself. By the by this, you now know that if you can stay with that awareness all the time, because that is your true nature, all the thoughts are coming up randomly and saying, I am your thoughts. One thought is saying, I am your thought, and the next thought says something else. But if you try to observe like this, and if you could be this way with your awareness all the time, now how can you be with this awareness, right? Just just be. Like if you are getting any thoughts, just be with yourself. Like the way you have seen how the awareness looks like, right? It always stays behind your thoughts, right? And your thoughts are also a part of that awareness, because if you're not aware, if you're not alive, those thoughts are also gone with you, right? So if you can stay with you yourself all the time, and if you can observe your thoughts as they come, and do not get scared, do not get irritated by those thoughts, because those thoughts are also the part of that awareness. They are coming out of that awareness itself. So if you can observe those thoughts while you are awake, right? While you are awake all the time, if you can be with yourself and just let those thoughts pass within you, eventually what will happen is like those thoughts will reduce slowly, and they come into, you can eventually be with that witness all the time, be with that awareness all the time, and the amount of thoughts that you get will drastically reduce. And that's how you'll find what the actual peace is, what the what actual love is. The love that we seek outside is not outside. The happiness that we actually seek is not outside. The happiness that we seek is all the time within us with the awareness itself. The awareness is itself the love. There is no hate in this world at all. Once you taste that awareness, right, you will understand there is no opposite to love, there is no opposite to happiness. You will all the time will be trying to, you will always be with that state. Once you see the taste of it, right, in this meditation you have seen how the awareness, what is actual awareness, right? You have seen that. So if you can put that in practice every single day while you are in the waking state, and just observe your thought, not try to control it, because those are not you, your thoughts are not you. Once you understand that, you will just let them pass like the clouds in the sky. Eventually, your thoughts will subside in the awareness, and all you have is the peace. And as I'm saying this, I'm not saying that my thoughts are completely reduced. I'm still in the process, and this is a lifelong journey. All your waking state, you have to be within yourself. You have to be with you to to observe your natural state, to be with your natural state. As you are practicing, you will go back to the initial stages of your life without any conditioning. So you are actually unconditioning your life and becoming a baby within you. There is this innocence child within you. You are just removing all the other things which are not you to find who you are actually are. And awareness, that little child who is unconditioned, that is the actual you. And this is the process of journey that I would like to share with you today. And I hope this this session really help you. And if you if it really help you, I would really sincerely say to share with this anybody in your life, or your friends who are struggling with mental health problems. Again, mm, this is not a like this is, I'm not a therapist. I do not have a degree, but in my personal journey, I have faced a lot, and what I did for myself, I wanted to put this um, out there for anybody who may find it needful and helpful. So I would like to thank you all of you for being patient with me while I'm sharing this presentation. And I would like to thank one more time Gregor Sati and the rest of the team for giving me this great opportunity to present at Festive Tech Calendar 2025. Merry Christmas and advance Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much.